Welcome back to Bravo Breaking News. I am your host, Kim, your resident Bravo expert and creator behind Bravo Breaking News on Instagram and TikTok. So let's be real, there is so much going on in the Bravo world right now. I mean, the drama literally never stops. So I thought, what better time to introduce a new series where we mention it all? This is Unpopular Opinions, my new weekly series where we're going to dive into all of the top Bravo news and best moments of the past week. And yes, I'm going to give you my opinions on it all.
That's my opinion!
Some of you might agree with me, and some of you might want to throw a drink in my face, but that is the beauty of Bravo, right? I will be here on YouTube and Spotify every Monday to share all of my hot takes, and I want you guys to share your takes too. So make sure you drop all of your opinions in the comments below and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss an episode. Okay, let's dive into probably what is the biggest story of the week and has been in past weeks and probably will be for several weeks to come. And that is, of course, Paige and Craig's breakup. Now, if you've been following me, you know how much I loved Paige and Craig and how devastated I was about their breakup. But let me just say that it has gotten crazier by the day, by the week. More details have come out. And now I don't even know what to think. And it kind of did get me thinking about, past Bravo relationships and breakups. And of course, we all think of Scandival, which was probably obviously the biggest Bravo breakup in history. Might I say that this one might even be bigger and more divisive than Scandival? Yes, Scandival basically took the world by storm. But there was a very, very clear villain in that story. And of course, it was Tom Sandoval. But with Paige and Craig, I mean, it is a country divided. There is Team Paige and there is Team Craig. And it is really, really tough to kind of figure out actually who is in the right. I don't know, at least for me. So let me break down the top details that came out this week, and then I'll give you my opinion on it all. So earlier last week, Paige went on Giggly Squad and decided to address all of the rumors because there have been a lot of rumors about her, particularly the one that she cheated on Craig with Joe D'Amelio. She very, very quickly shut that one down and said she did not cheat on Craig mentally, physically, emotionally, and I do believe her when it comes to that. She also shared some new details about the timeline and said that she actually broke up with him Thanksgiving weekend. Now, this is the first time we've actually heard this. We thought it happened closer to Christmas, but no, it was actually a month prior to that. In fact, she shares that Craig actually asked her not to say anything for that whole month because he wasn't really quite ready to do so. He also continued doing press on Southern Charm, pretending like they were together that entire month. So, of course, people were going back, finding old interviews of him, and basically painting him as a liar. A lot of people think Craig's a liar. I guess he's lied multiple times on television, even lied about lying. It's a whole thing, and I get it. But Craig was actually on Watch What Happens Live and spoke his piece. Now, I wonder if Paige saw he was coming on Watch What Happens Live this week and decided to address it on Giggly Squad, kind of to get ahead of the story because she knew that he was going to go on that show and basically not hold back. He's been very, very quiet about this breakup so far until Watch What Happens Live, when he literally mentioned it all. So Paige said they broke up during Thanksgiving weekend, right? Well, Craig actually clarified that, and while they spent Thanksgiving weekend together at Paige's parents' house, that is not where they broke up. She actually called him after that when he had flown to Toronto for a work trip. So she broke up with the man she had been with for 3 years over the phone. Yes. He also shared that they were still FaceTiming after. Like, he didn't really even take this whole thing seriously. He just kind of thought she was having a bad day. She was still saying she misses him. He was actually staying at her apartment too in New York for work while she wasn't there. So he kind of, I don't know, he thought this wasn't real. He just thought it was like a phase and that they would kind of move past it. That's why he went on Watch What Happens Live 7 days after this had happened in December and basically pretended like they were still together because for weeks after that, they were still in touch. That is also why he shared he felt blindsided because not only that, but he said that she was talking about the wedding in her parents' kitchen over Thanksgiving, and she actually asked him to plan a trip to Europe for New Year's just 2 weeks prior to her breaking up with him. The thing that I thought was really interesting about this interview, though, was that Craig shared that he actually had plans to move to New York and that Andy knew about them. So this makes me think, was there some sort of spinoff in the works? Were they going to do their own, like, Craig Takes New York? I don't know. It definitely seemed like Craig, while we know that he probably wants in his heart to stay in the South and live at his home that he spent so much time on in South Carolina, raise a family there, he was willing to give it all up to move to New York for Paige. But I guess Paige didn't want that after all. He actually kind of gets mad towards the end of the interview and said, it's not that we wanted different things. She just wanted different people. And that, I'm sorry, guys, it kind of broke my heart because it really seems like he gave up everything for her and was really, really willing to bend his knees to kind of do what she wanted to make this relationship work. As far as all the cheating rumors, his response was really, really interesting to me, and I kind of get it. He says he doesn't want to get in the mud. He never said that Paige cheated on him. Therefore, he didn't feel the need to come out and defend it because he's not the one that said it. And he doesn't feel like the other Summer House cast members, Amanda, who are coming out and saying that he should have done this. He doesn't feel like they have a right to say this. And I kind of get what he's saying. You can tell during the interview, he starts to get more and more angry. And towards the end, he basically kind of explodes and was like, Paige lied on her podcast. She acted like this breakup was mutual, and it was not mutual whatsoever. Kind of implying that she lied to make herself look better and not paint herself as the villain. Okay, now get ready for my unpopular opinion because I know a lot of you aren't going to like it. I'm kind of leaning more towards Team Craig. I know. A lot of you think that maybe he can be manipulative, play the victim, kind of put on that puppy dog, those puppy dog eyes, puppy dog face, whatever you want to call it. Some of you might even think he was lying in this interview. I don't know, but I do feel like Paige kind of blindsided him. I won't say that she strung him along for 3 years because I do think that she really, really loved him and they had a great relationship for a while. But when it comes down to the details and how it all played out, I don't know. I definitely feel like Craig had a reason to be blindsided with everything that happened leading up to this breakup and then afterwards. I don't know. I just can't help but feel sorry for him. Tell me if I'm the only one, but I haven't really liked the way that Paige has been moving after this relationship. It definitely seems like she's been very harsh and not very considerate of Craig's feelings. I don't know, somebody that she's been with for 3 years. It definitely seems like she is like over him, done with him, ready to move on, which is fine. But I don't know. It's like you broke this guy's heart. Like, have a little compassion. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Don't get me wrong. I love Paige. I am a giggler. I love Giggly Squad. I listen to it every week, but I just can't help but feel a little bad for Craig in this moment. Let me know if you agree or if I'm totally crazy. And I don't think we are at the end of this drama because we still have more to see play out on Southern Charm, and Summer House is premiering this week, guys, this Wednesday. I am so excited. I know it's going to be a topic of conversation on Watch What Happens Live, even throughout the series as well. So I think, guys, the drama is only just beginning. Let's move on to a potential new Bravo couple that if you follow me on TikTok, you've seen me covering a little bit, and that is West Wilson and Brianna Chickenfry. So, of course, we know West from Summer House, but Brianna definitely made a splash in the news recently when she broke up with Zach Bryan. They had a very tumultuous relationship, tumultuous breakup. She is a podcaster with Barstool Sports and has been spotted hanging out with West Wilson recently. They both live in New York. Dumois shared that they were kind of hanging out with friends, partying together. They were all over each other at a bar. Then they actually left together too. They are actually both in New Orleans at the Super Bowl this weekend, and West, in an interview on TikTok, actually confirmed that they're still hooking up.
Yeah, that's true. I know. Speaking of dating, the rumors are you and Brianna. Anything to comment on that or what?
No. I mean, I'm not dating her.
Are you just hanging out?
Yeah, we're hanging out, like all here inside. I felt like, no, I am not dating her.
But is it romantic or is it just friendship?
I think we made out last night. So.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it's cool. It's good.
I hear you. Good to see you, my friend, as always.
Yeah, that's fun.
I don't know about you, but I actually kind of ship this couple. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that they're going to get into anything serious. Don't get me wrong. I don't think either one of them is ready for commitment. Definitely West. But I do think that why not have fun together? They're both, West works for Complex Sports. She works for Barstool Sports. They do kind of have like a common ground there. So I don't know. I kind of ship them, hanging out, being single together in New York, hooking up. I kind of ship this. I would love to see her on Summer House. I know a lot of people maybe disagree with me on that, but I think she could be a good addition, or at least, some cameos here and there. But they won't start filming the new season for another few months. I mean, probably June or July. So I don't know. I doubt that they'll last that long, but I am interested to see kind of where this goes. Okay, speaking of Summer House, it definitely seems like a lot of the cast members are making news right now, and one of which is Lindsay Hubbard. So we know that Lindsay obviously welcomed a baby girl, Gemma, to the world in December with her boyfriend and baby daddy, Turner Kufe. But it was dropped on the Dumois podcast last week that there might be some trouble in paradise between Lindsay and Turner. Actually, the Dumois podcast said that they had broken up.
I have some Bravo updates. I heard that Lindsay and her boyfriend / baby daddy are splitting up.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
What?
And when I heard this, my heart fell through my stomach, out through my butt, because I was absolutely devastated. I really, really thought that this was Lindsay's happy ending. We know she had a very strict timeline for her life that obviously didn't pan out. But after Carl and meeting Turner and having Gemma, getting pregnant, all of that, I really, really thought she finally found her happy ending. I was so happy for her. I was over the moon, maybe even more so than her. I really, really wish Lindsay happiness. So hearing this news really, really broke me. The Dumois podcast did say that she had a reliable source that dropped this news. So I don't know. I kind of believed it until a couple days later, Lindsay did post a screen grab on Instagram stories of her baby daddy Turner with Gemma holding hands, saying that they were getting ready to go to one of Gemma's doctor's appointments. Now, yes, this could just mean that they are happily co-parenting and maybe not together anymore. However, I do think that this is Lindsay's way of saying and confirming that they are in fact still together. And I really, really hope so. I really, really want this relationship to last. I think that while we've never seen them together, really, I think they do make a cute couple together. Though I would understand why there might be some difficulties in the relationship, seeing as he wants to remain so private and she is so much in the public eye on reality shows. Will she continue Summer House next year with Gemma? I do not know. But I am happy to see that they are working on it and still together. And I only wish them the best. Speaking of babies, moving from Summer House to Southern Charm, we also found out that Madison Lecroy is pregnant. Yes, congratulations to Madison and Brett on her first child with husband Brett. Of course, we all know she already has a son, Hudson, who is amazing. I absolutely love them. Anytime that they have family scenes on Southern Charm together, I just live for it. They are basically like the perfect family. So the fact that Madison is welcoming a new little bundle of joy into this family makes me so happy. She announced her pregnancy on Instagram with a Clear Blue sponsorship. Yes, speaking of Lindsay Hubbard, Lindsay did it first. Now Madison is doing it. And all I have to say is, girl, get that coin. I am so beyond okay with this. I don't know why people take issue with people that are public figures and make money on social media. Why aren't they going to make money with a pregnancy post as well, with one of the top pregnancy test brands in the entire world? I mean, it just makes sense. I bet she made bank for that post. And it was such a cute post. She talks about basically how they found out, does an interview with people about how, their pregnancy journey and how it was kind of basically a surprise to them. So she definitely opens up in the post and in the interview, kind of shares a little bit about how it all went down. And I just could not be more happy for her and Brett. I mean, considering all they've been through this past year with Brett's cancer diagnosis that she shared on the show, along with some other medical issues and scares that she's had. I think she lost her dad about a year or two ago as well. I think that their family needed this happy, good news. So I am so, so happy for Madison. Not only is she pregnant, but she's also teased a clothing line that's coming out, as well as potentially opening up her own hair salon. So there's a lot of exciting things in the works for Madison coming up, and I could not be more thrilled for her. Okay, now let's jump over to Beverly Hills because there are a few updates regarding some former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills that happened this week. One of which is Denise Richards landed a new spinoff on Bravo. Denise Richards and the Wild Things is going to be premiering March 4th. And it's all about her life. It's all about her life as a mom, breaking back into Hollywood. Of course, her and her husband, Aaron. I bet there's going to be a lot to see there. But that's not all because we are also getting cameos from many of the Beverly Hills women that I did not see coming. We're going to see Camille. We're going to see Garcelle, Sutton, Kathy Hilton, and surprisingly, we are going to see a sit down with Erica Jane. Now, the last time we saw Denise and Erica Jane together, was it either Kyle's weed dinner with the upside down jacket, or it was the time that Erica called out that Denise and her daughter are both on OnlyFans and which one makes more money? I mean, both iconic Beverly Hills moments, honestly, both iconic Erica moments. But I don't know, the fact that Erica is actually sitting down with Denise and Denise is allowing this to happen on her show, I think says a lot about it. It definitely intrigues me. I certainly want to see how this sit down goes. So I think it's great kind of clickbait for us to tune into this show because I don't know if there weren't any housewife cameos on this show, I'm not sure I would be as excited. I don't know. I kind of love how they're intertwining the two shows, definitely bringing the Beverly Hills women into this new spinoff. I think I will give it a shot. I don't know if it will hold my attention throughout the entire season. I will tell you that. But I do know that Denise makes very entertaining TV. She is chaotic. She can be out of control. She can say some wackadoodle things. So I will be seated for the premiere and I will probably give it a few episodes. I definitely want to see the Kathy moments. I definitely want to see the Erica moments. So yeah, I don't know. I'd say that I'm pretty excited about this spinoff and I will be giving it a shot. Now let's move on to some more questionable Beverly Hills housewife news, and that has to do with former housewife Lisa Vanderpump. She made headlines this week and not in the best way because she is finally speaking out about the whole James and Allie situation. So, of course, we all know what happened between James and Allie. He was arrested for domestic violence in December. He was let off on charges, so he is not going to jail or serving any time or really getting any sort of punishment whatsoever. Allie has come out and said they have broken up. She is moving on. She also came out and said that she was not physically hurt. However, we do know that James does have an abusive past. Both Raquel/Rachel and Kristen Doute have come out and said that they've had experiences with him as well. And Kristen Doute is clapping back at what Lisa Vanderpump said. So the headline about Lisa Vanderpump reads, Lisa Vanderpump spoke to James Kennedy and Allie Luber after a domestic incident. He didn't hurt her. The article reads, Kennedy and Luber, 28, were both being ridiculous and arguing, which resulted in somebody calling the police. She basically said, oh yes, take him away. It'll teach him a lesson, Vanderpump told us. But no, he didn't hurt her categorically. She regrets what happened with how this blew up. Now, this is kind of weird to come from Lisa Vanderpump. First of all, she is sharing that Allie says she regrets how this all went down, when Allie actually did not say that to us. And I don't feel it's appropriate for actually Lisa Vanderpump to share that she said that. Also, the fact that the interview kind of focuses around the fact that James did not actually hurt Allie. So it definitely makes it seem like Lisa Vanderpump is once again defending James Kennedy. Now, she has had a pattern of kind of defending the men on these shows, especially the men of Vanderpump Rules, defending their actions, definitely having their backs in times where, I don't know, it's questionable whether she should or not. And this is definitely one of those times, but she continues to have James Kennedy's back. And Kristen Doute is calling her out about it. First, she posts the headline on Instagram stories and says, absolutely disgusting and diabolical. Then she posted that quote from the interview and says, I will never ever be okay with this constant abuse enabling behavior. To have the audacity to dumb down not only facts but also feelings makes me sick to my stomach. To every woman who is a survivor of DV and wasn't believed or supported, I'm so, so sorry. And I think I'm with Kristen on this one. It just feels very, very odd that this is the stance that Lisa Vanderpump has chosen to come out with, kind of in support of James, and basically saying that Allie regrets everything that happened and James didn't do anything wrong and that, he didn't hurt her. So we should all move on. I don't think that's the right idea to get from this. I think that there are multiple forms of abuse, and whether Allie was actually physically hurt or not really doesn't matter because we know that this is a pattern with James. And I think that the fact that they got in a fight that was so loud and went off the rails so much that caused a neighbor to call the police definitely says a lot and says that something happened which should not be excused or diminished whatsoever. And I'm really, really glad that Allie decided to move on beyond all of this. I feel like I don't know what else was said in these conversations between Lisa and James. I don't know if she was trying to, make them work it out or help them work it out or whatever. But I don't know. I definitely think that Allie did the right thing. And I do not think that Lisa Vanderpump should be coming out with this stance because I think it is the wrong stance to have. I am with Kristen Doty on this one. Why would you ever diminish somebody's experience like this? So I don't know. Once again, oh gosh, a lose for Lisa Vanderpump because I just feel like for some reason her and Bravo at times too have the backs of these men on these shows who don't deserve to be supported or backed up in this way whatsoever. So I don't know. It's very interesting to see how this plays out. Obviously, Lisa isn't on TV right now. We have the new Vanderpump Rules spinoff, I think, starting to film in the next month or two, which I'm sure she will be a part of. But it'll be interesting to see, how this continues to play out, where James lands, where Allie lands, where Lisa Vanderpump lands. Like, does she actually deserve a role on this show moving forward? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Of course, we have Vanderpump Villa too. So if Lisa Vanderpump isn't disappearing from TV at all, there's definitely a future for her on reality television. But I just think that she needs to maybe take a look in the mirror and realize what she is saying about some of the people and cast members on these shows. Like, maybe think before you speak a little bit. So that's it for this week. Those were kind of the top headlines of the week. Of course, there is going to be a lot more to come this week. We have the Summer House premiere on Wednesday, which I am super excited about. We have Southern Charm continuing, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills continuing, and who knows what breaking news will drop this week as well. So make sure you stay tuned. Let me know what you think of my new series, Unpopular Opinions. Do you agree with me? Do you not? Either way, that's my opinion. So make sure you drop your comments below and stay tuned and subscribe so you don't miss next week.